Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on the Space Couch today I'm going to be reviewing this Fear, Trump in the White House by Bob Woodward. I've read this over the last few days. Fascinating look at the Trump White House. Now, where do you start? There's so many things in there. I have to say that it reads very well. It reads very factually. It isn't sensationalised. The information that it contains might be shocking or surprising, but I mean, it doesn't come over as sensationalist as, say, some tell-all books would have you believe. But yes, fascinating, as I say. It does show that the president is engaged on the key issues that he cares about, and that would be renegotiating trade deals, renegotiating, pulling the United States out of a place like, say, Afghanistan, not wanting to get involved in other wars and that sort of thing. But on many other issues, it seems like he doesn't really care. There's nothing in it for him. He will just do whatever. But yes, I have to admit, it's like nothing in there was surprising or shocking. It's just like a ratchet up of what we already knew. But it does go through the first year, 18 months or so, of the Trump presidency, that covers a lot of things like, say, the immigration debates, the Charleston rally of the far right, and things like Kim Jong-il and the head-to-head between the two of them before, of course, they had the summit. And, of course, hovering throughout the Mueller investigation. And it's quite clear from this writing that the president is consumed by the Mueller investigation. Whenever there's like a new bombshell going off, like, say, X has been indicted, Y is to testify, or has been charged, pled guilty, all that sort of thing, the president, his administration essentially goes into paralysis, and they were saying there could be hours, days, even a week or more that's completely written off because the president is just obsessing on whatever the latest Mueller news was. And it's interesting, at the very end of the book, it's about the mock interview that Jay Sekulow and John Dowd conducted with President Trump regarding various questions he could probably be expected to face if he was ever investigated by Mueller. And as I said in the first book, it just does not work out at all. He's not capable of answering the questions. But it's a fascinating insight into his mindset as well, where everything involving him is the best ever. Whether that is the best chocolate cake you ever tasted down at Mar-a-Lago, or that he's the Ernest Hemingway of Twitter, or giving himself an A-star for his hurricane response, or any one of 100 other things, you know. He is the best there ever was at anything. Comparing himself to Lincoln and saying he's probably more popular, that sort of thing. It is fascinating because obviously that type of personality is like, you have to wonder, do they have that self-belief, or are they just completely deluded? And you can be both, to be honest. You can have that driving self-belief and still be completely deluded about what is going on in actuality. But yes, a fascinating look. As I said, I would recommend it to you. A lot of people don't come off so well in it. A lot of the various cabinet staff members, I think it's a case of they've just been worn down and ground down by the president over the course of their time in the White House. And the fact he doesn't listen to anyone, he always knows the best thing. Anything he says is right, doesn't matter. If you have got the facts on your side, you're wrong. That's the nature of the Trump administration, or of President Trump himself. And it's nothing that we didn't really know, but it sets it all out in very good detail. And like I said, it's not sensationalist or a tell-all, a kiss and tell-all, as, say, probably things like Stormy Daniels and the Omarosa book are. This is just factual examination, day by day, of the key events in the Trump White House, from during the campaign through to whenever it was John O'Dowd resigned, I guess, which I'm not sure when that was. That was earlier this year. But yes, I have to say, I did enjoy it. I was riveted to it. Worrying, of course, as a lot of the things are, but that's just how things are these days. The nature of the current White House. But yes, a great book. Worthy addition to anyone's political library. They will see on the back. Whether or not he writes a book about the second half of the Trump administration and whatever might unfold in there, I don't know, but people will be writing about this president for a very long time, and it is still unfolding, and we have no idea where it's going to end. But for now, guys, that is just my thoughts on Trump, Fear in the White House by Bob Woodward. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or a suggestion for an upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.